So what I'm going to do for you in this video is share with you the 5 things that women on average aren't sexually attracted to. The key words here are sexually attracted to, because these 5 things that I'm going to talk about aren't bad per se. It only becomes a problem when a guy leads with these things when dealing with women, because you could say he's lacking the fundamentals. Ultimately, most guys want women to like them for who they are and not because of the lifestyle that they can provide and because of the things that they own. So let's talk about this in more detail. I want to make this abundantly clear, and that is there is nothing wrong with financial success. In fact, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be financially successful, because you could say it's money that makes the world go round. You need money to put a roof over your head. You need money to put food in the fridge. You need money to turn the lights on. You need money to live in a low crime neighborhood. Money isn't a problem. The problem is when you have guys leading with the wallets when dealing with women, because you could say they're lacking the fundamentals such as physical fitness, social skills, self-awareness, wit and charm. And what you'll often find with a lot of rich guys is that when they was in school, a lot of them was a little bit nerdy, a little bit socially awkward, and as a result of this, they didn't get much female attention. The guys that were getting female attention were the athletes, the jocks, and the party boys. So what a lot of nerds figure out is that they haven't got the fundamentals, but what they have got is intelligence. What they have got is smarts, and a lot of them become rich. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And what happens is when they become rich, they start becoming more visible to women. Women start seeing them, and it might be because they're flaunting it, they're showing it. They might be driving around in a nice new car or living in a certain neighborhood, etc. So these guys aren't wrong when they say that money attracts women, because in a way it kind of does, because before they were never getting attention, now they are. But what money doesn't do is sexually attract a woman. It doesn't arouse a woman. It does nothing for a vagina. This really leads on from the previous point, because you need money to purchase a home. But I'd actually call it a fake status symbol. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one is that it can be given to you. If you're born into a rich family, your family members might just give you a home. It's got nothing to do with your characteristics, your personality, and who you are as a person. It's just pure luck. You were just born into a rich family. And number two, with regards to a home, very, very few people actually own their own home outright. Most people are renting their home from the bank, so they don't even own it. So if you don't even own something, is it even a status symbol? And if we're talking purely from a sex appeal perspective, what does a home do to a woman? It does nothing. It doesn't arouse a woman. It does absolutely nothing. If you look at a home purely from a logical perspective, it's just shelter. It's just a roof over your head. It's not meant to arouse anybody. And I've heard stories of rich guys. What they'll do, right? These are rich guys that are comfortable in their own skin, so they're not needing to flaunt or show off. What they'll do is when they're going on dates with women, they'll actually drive a beater or a rundown car. And the reason why they do this is because they want to find out whether the woman likes them for who they are and not what they've got. And this leads me perfectly on to the next point. And just like a house, a car is a shitty status symbol. Number one, it can be given to you, and number two, it can be borrowed. For example purposes, I could just go out, rent a Lambo for a week, and drive it around and pretend like I own it, even though I don't own it. In my party days, I've basically seen guys driving around in nice cars, pulling outside of a nightclub or bar, and purposely making a scene to get female attention. In the 21st century, there's seriously no need to do this, especially in Western countries. There is no need. Let's run a scenario, right? And in this scenario, let's say you've genuinely got a rich guy, so he actually owns his car. He's not rented it, he's bought it. He's genuinely rich. And he goes to a bar in his nice car, gets talking to a woman while he's in his car, ends up grabbing a number. They end up texting each other, meeting up, blah blah blah, and it eventually progresses, so it becomes more serious. It's more long term. Fast forward 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you later find out that she only got with him because of his resources, because of the money he had. Would it honestly surprise you that she ended up using him? See, when you're dealing with women, you get what you lead with. If you lead with your personality, that's what she'll focus on. On the other hand, if you lead with your wallet, again, that's what she'll focus on. And let's talk sex appeal here, because from a sex appeal perspective, what exactly does a car do for a woman? She's not going to have sex with the handbrake. A car does nothing for a woman. Absolutely nothing. This is actually quite common in Indian and South Asian cultures because the marriages in some parts of Asia there are still arranged. And the arrangement is that the man is going to look after the woman. So like the job title is like a big thing. And I'll use myself for an example. Like I grew up in England, but even my parents sort of drummed it into me to get a white collar job. And the reason why is because that would make me more desirable to a South Asian woman. But the question I want to ask you is that if a woman is marrying you because of your job title, does she even really want to be with you? Does she even like you? Because let's say, for example purposes, for whatever reason, you lose that job, she's probably gone. Her family's probably not going to be happy because, again, it's not what they signed her daughter up for. They want you to look after her. And from a sex appeal perspective, a job does nothing for a woman. Like when I was in my early 20s and used to hit the bars and go to the clubs and do all that, there were two guys in my friendship circle that would honestly pull a woman every week. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. They'd be walking out with a different woman. And it was nothing to do with a job title because both of these guys were still living at their mum's house. Both of these guys didn't have a pot to piss in. The reason why they were getting these girls is because they were confident and they were putting themselves in environments where they would meet single women. It had nothing to do with money, car, houses, job title, and even IQ, which I'm going to be talking about next. Most women on average couldn't give a flying fuck about your IQ or what number you got on an IQ test. It does nothing for them. It does nothing for your sex appeal. And what you'll often find is that when women say that they like intelligent guys, what they are really talking about are guys who are emotionally intelligent. Because to get along with people, that requires emotional intelligence. To get along with women and to make women laugh, that requires emotional intelligence. Even to be a good dad, it requires emotional intelligence. Even self-awareness, it requires emotional intelligence. And the beauty of emotional intelligence is that unlike IQ, it can actually be improved.